right, this week we are opening the door and getting into the car to drive into a new film that is based off of the classic racing video game, or should I say the real driving simulator, Gran Turismo. This film explores racing and cars, but also following your dreams, even when your dad wants you to play football. Zach crashed. We have a lot to discuss today, Zach, and I think we have a special guest.
But Hunter, is Gran Turismo good?
We're gonna find out. Zach, you okay?
But is it good? Podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Welcome to the podcast. Anybody else?
Hi. Hey, welcome to the podcast. I'm Zach with COVID.
And I'm Hunter with not COVID. And
Zach with COVID Olsen.
And with us this week we have Mr. Chase Callahan.
Hi, what's going on?
He's joining us. We apologize for this episode being a day late.
It's my fault.
Zach has COVID. Remember the
like
2 episodes where you've been like, I've been feeling kind of sick.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out it's COVID.
Well,
or did you just get sick again?
I think I had a sinus infection, and now I just have COVID. I think is what happened.
Do you know who you got it from?
No, because I have had a sinus infection, so I haven't been going anywhere. I could have gotten it like at the grocery store or like just in my building, just like opening doors. You know, I try to wash my hands as much as I can, but like, sometimes you just don't.
Zach,
I don't know.
This is your first time, right? This is your first
This
time.
is my first time having COVID.
How's it been?
It's not fun. It's like, at first it was just like, man, I'm kind of tired. And then it was like, man, I'm kind of tired and my body hurts. And now it's like, man, I'm kind of tired, my body hurts, and I have to poop.
Chase, have you had COVID?
I don't think I've had COVID before.
Good. Keep it that way.
I have gotten sick before and did all these at-home tests, and they were all like negative.
Mm-hmm.
I have had COVID 3 times.
Oh, and I have a cough. But the cough, I don't really care about the cough. Like
Are you just gonna cough for the next hour with us on the internet?
I'm going to try and pull my mouth away from the mic, but a lot of the time it's like I don't know the cough is there until it's out.
Spontaneous coughing.
It's just like, what?
Well, Zach, I'm sorry you're sick. Hopefully you start feeling better. COVID's not fun. But we have a job to do for all the people who listen to us, all 6 subscribers that we have.
Everybody's going to say, how did Gran Turismo go to COVID all of a sudden?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
Chase, how are you?
I'm
welcome back to the podcast.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me back.
How's life? How you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, good deal. Well, before we get started, just, like and subscribe and share and all. You're so rude.
Is it loud when I do it?
It's fine. It's whatever. We got a movie to do.
Yeah.
So please like and subscribe. And let's talk about Gran Turismo.
The real driving simulator.
Except this time it's not a simulator. It's a movie.
Yes.
About the simulator. And about a kid who drives the simulator.
Mm-hmm.
If I want to ask Chase, if I want to ask you questions about the video game, would now be a good time to do that, or would while we're discussing the movie be a good time to do that?
Because I have Gran Turismo 1 through 5.
Yeah,
Okay.
Here's all I want. I'm gonna say during. Let's do it during.
Okay.
Let's get through first reactions and the movie in a minute, and then we'll do during. Zach, you saw this Saturday, right? You saw this past weekend?
Yes, right before it was like Saturday, and then on Sunday I took the COVID test.
Well, before you were in your delirious state of illness, what were your first thoughts of this movie film? This motion picture.
Let me preface this by saying that racing games aren't my forte, so I haven't played many of them. and my knowledge of like professional racing is so limited that I thought this was like a Formula One thing, and
You
it's
dumbass.
it's not, except for the last race kind of looks like Formula One cars, but they're not. It's like in between. I don't know, but I thought it was one thing and then it was something else. It was it.
They're
Yeah,
cars that you
Chase.
would- They're cars that you would see like at a Le Mans race.
Yeah, yeah. Which I don't know what that is because I don't.
I'm sure they have a name. I guess they're just like supercars.
Well, so I know that I did some research, and I know that like GT racing is like more street ready cars, but they have like adjustments made to them to make them a lot fucking faster.
Like
Whereas
the
Formula,
Lamborghinis and stuff, and the
sure,
Yeah.
but Formula One is like those cars are built to race. Those would never be like street legal.
Yeah.
You're also like at this like weird like leaning back angle, like it's like a little video game. It's like it's a different thing, right?
And
So I
those
thought
are-
it was gonna.
Yeah, those are like open wheel race cars. Formula One.
Yeah. Right. So anyways, all that to say, this is not what I thought it was going to be. But it was like at certain points I felt like I was watching like an extended trailer because it was just like everything that was in the trailer was like what happened in the movie. You know what I mean? Like in order.
Understandable.
And I mean, overall, it was a movie. You know, I mean, this probably isn't marketed to me, and I probably was feeling bad while I was watching it because I was coming down with COVID and didn't realize it yet.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind.
It also, I'll go next if you don't mind, Chase.
Okay.
It also, I don't think it was marketed well, actually.
Okay. Well, I think it outperformed Barbie this weekend. So
I think it did.
just keep
I think it did,
that in mind.
I was talking to my friend Corey at work, and he showed me like a poster that he saw for Gran Turismo, and it was like 6 paragraphs of text on like a picture, and I was like, "Wait, what is this?" The trailer.
Did you?
What?
Sorry, just real quick. Did you know that in some countries it's marketed as Gran Turismo based on a true story? Like it's not just Gran Turismo;
Is
it's
it really?
Gran Turismo based on a true story. Like if you look on Rotten Tomatoes, that's what it's called.
That's hilarious. I love that. I think I have it pulled up. Oh, you're so right.
Just because I assume because people would be like, I'm not going to watch some fake story, but if they know that it's based on a true story, maybe they would. Maybe that was like a little marketing ploy, you know.
And I want to talk about what the actual true story is later because it does take some liberties with the main character story. Anyway, there's a lot of holes in this movie for me. There's a lot of questions where I was like, hold on a second, what's happening? Where has these variables gone? What actually is happening here? But I will say that I really had a good time.
Okay.
So I'm sure we'll talk about this, but me and Chase grew up playing Gran Turismo games.
Yep.
He's played them longer than I have because I sort of fell out of video games hard when I was like 20. But I remember playing Gran Turismo 1 on the PlayStation. And then I think I played through like Gran Turismo 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And so there was a lot of really cool little aspects of the movie to me that reminded me of the games and like the cutscenes and the graphics. And I liked how they incorporated the game into the story, and it wasn't just about like, oh, here's the game, but it's a movie. Like they allowed the game to exist as a game in this film, that kind of stuff. I think it's a pretty clever way to do this movie.
I was even familiar with some of the tracks in the movie too.
Yeah, like in all the tracks, all the cars, those stuff that I remember and Chase can mention this too, I've done the Le Mans race on Gran Turismo. It's like 24 minutes.
No,
Is there actually a 24-hour version?
it's a 24-hour lap. Le Mans is 24 hours.
How'd you do it on the game though?
Well, but you're.
On the game, I did it. Well, let's see. I think it's on Gran Turismo. You can do it on Gran Turismo 4. So when you're doing,
Do you race for 24 hours?
Oh no, well, I didn't because there are 2 different modes you can do it on. There's A spec mode and B spec mode. I did it on B spec mode where it does it for you. I did it on
Okay.
where it does it where it races for you.
Where like you'll
Okay.
race for a while and then you'll switch out.
Like you can on A-Spec you can play and race like you're driving the car or like you're racing the car. But on B-Spec it races for it drives the car for you and you can just watch.
For some reason, I think there's a mode, at least in one of the games, maybe I'm wrong, where like you race and there's a clock that counts down from 24 hours, but it's like sped up. So it's still long as hell. So it might be like a 3 or 4 hour gameplay. But yeah, like I remember the cars I used to like. I remember, what's it called? Laguna Seca, whatever it's called.
Oh yeah, it's Laguna Seca Raceway.
It has the famous corkscrew.
It has the corkscrew.
Like,
yeah, the corkscrew. Yeah.
Well, this is spoilers, so never mind. I won't say it. But anyway, I had a really good time, and I was actually surprised at how much I really enjoyed it. It's not a perfect movie by all, like by interest in means. It gets a little cliche, a little generic, but I think all in all, it actually to me it wasn't bad. I think it was a good time. It was. I saw a video afterwards talking about the actual true story, and it said it's a lot like the movie. When you, all things considered, not too bad, and that's kind of how I felt. But yeah, that's mine. Chase, how about your spoiler-free reaction to this? First reactions, no spoilers.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. What do you think? Just briefly.
It was a good movie. I liked it.
Yeah. That was very brief.
Yeah. I mean, it was.
He's got very short briefs. He's got tiny whities.
Yeah, okay.
Good.
Movie. It was a good movie. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Yeah. It was a good movie.
I can sense he's wanting to talk about spoilers, so we'll go ahead and jump to the movie in a minute.
Okay.
Zach, can you sing us a really quick song, briefly?
I can try.
In your COVID voice, Chase, I'm going to frame you up in the middle because you have to do this.
I'll have to maybe in a minute.
Maybe in a minute.
Yeah.
So you're going to be sitting here.
I'll make this short and sweet if I have to.
You will not make it short. You'll make it exactly 60 seconds long.
Well,
That's the rules.
I know.
That's the rules.
Even if I have to skip some parts of the movie.
Zach, are you singing a song in your head?
Yeah, but y'all were talking. I didn't want to sing over y'all.
Please interrupt.
It's time for a movie in 60 seconds. That's how long Chase has to talk about the movie.
Huh. Okay.
And the scene.
All right, Chase, are you ready?
On.
His name is Jan. Here's your timer.
Okay.
Do you feel prepared?
I think so.
Okay.
Because last time we did Airplane, I had to do it in a take 2 or whatever, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Don't tell anybody that. We just did it once.
There's no take 2. There was no take 2. He's lying. He's being modest. He's being modest.
Being modest. All right. I'm going to count you in.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
This is Chase doing Gran Turismo.
Chase, movie in a minute. In 3, 2, 1.
What movie are we doing? You got to see the movie.
You didn't see the movie?
Gran Turismo.
Okay.
Colin based on a true story.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right. Ready? Here we go. This is Chase doing movie in a minute, Gran Turismo. Take 1. The only take. In 3, 2, 1.
All right. So we see a guy named Jan who wants to be a race car driver, but his dad doesn't believe in him. So, but he wants to do it anyway, and he wants to go be a race car driver. So, we come to the he does the GT World Champion or GT Nissan Academy, and
Nissan.
Yeah, and he wins the academy, and he has to get his license, and he has to get 4th. So then he races at Nürburgring, but he crashes and kills someone, and he's all sad and very upset about it, that kind of stuff. So then he comes back and does the 24 hours of Le Mans race, and he gets 3rd, which is good. So then he celebrates, and he's all happy, and yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Amazing. Perfect. And then we find out who the real guy is. That was great in 1 minute.
And he's a stunt driver.
His career falls apart. He becomes a stunt driver for himself in the movie.
Yeah.
Well done. Time to dive in, shall we? Zach, do you have any questions about the game before we start? I just want to do it as we go.
So is Gran Turismo just like the professional races? Is Forza the one where you can just like drive through cornfields and stuff, and like on the countryside and
I think
all that?
is still just professional races.
Yeah.
Are you
No.
talking about Grand Theft Auto?
No, I'm talking about Forza. So Forza, you can drive cars through the jungle in Forza. I've played it.
I didn't play many of the Forzas.
Okay.
Or exactly. You're either team Gran Turismo or you're team Forza.
Or are you team Gran Turismo or team Need for Speed?
Well,
Oh wait,
I don't.
Are you thinking of Need for Speed?
No, listen. I'm thinking of Forza. Have y'all never played Forza?
I've played one.
I think Forza, not to shit on your game and this movie's namesake, but I think Forza is like the gold standard for racing games nowadays.
No, incorrect. Because the thing is that Gran Turismo is the real driving simulator.
Okay.
Forza might be a better quote-unquote racing game, whatever that means, but it's not a real driving simulator.
Well, but what I said was it's the premier game.
I don't actually.
So when I say it's the premier game, what I'm talking about is like a game, not a driving simulator.
Well, we're talking about the real driving simulator that is Gran Turismo.
All right, so I'm watching a trailer of Forza Horizons 5, and a guy is literally driving on a fucking runway while a plane's taking off. Okay, so, and now he's driving into the jungle. So, anyways, I just wanted to get that cleared up. So Gran Turismo is just professional races.
It is like professional racing, by the book, driving lines, everything. You can customize your car in the sense of like aerodynamics and that kind of stuff.
Okay, I have another question. How long does that take to get boring?
Get what?
Get boring.
Oh.
For some people, probably very, very quick.
Okay.
But you have to like if you watch Chase play, I feel like he's pretty meticulous about it and like actually tries to correctly.
I've watched Chase play. Chase, I've watched you play, and you know it's. I can tell that you know what you're doing. And maybe if I was a car person, I'd be more into it. I'm just curious because it seems like it's like slightly spicier NASCAR because there's like left turns and right turns. You know what I mean? Like
Retro NASCAR.
Like because there's right turns, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Well, see, on Gran Turismo, you're not always making the left turn and a left turn and a left turn.
Well, that's what it's a little spicier, right?
Yeah.
Now overall, you're still going left.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, left and right, but you're on road courses and not oval tracks.
I think the part that's tough for people, as with any game, is that when you start Gran Turismo, you're driving like sedans.
Yeah, because you start at the very bottom and work your way up.
Like old 80s sedans that go like 60 miles an hour.
Pretty much.
So are you driving those against professional racers, or are you are you doing like street races?
You're driving those against your class.
You're driving them against other 80s sedans that go like 60 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So you are on these professional tracks driving sedans?
Yep.
So what are you going like 80 miles per hour?
You drive a Miata.
Yeah. That's what I'll start with, a Miata.
Or like a BMW, like Z3, whatever that.
Okay.
Remember that car that was tiny, that was everywhere for a long time.
Yeah.
The quintessential like 2000s sports car.
Is that the one that
It's like like tiny. It's like low to the ground and like itty bitty. Sorry,
Is it?
Oh man.
It's the BMW Z3. Come on.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Danny, who worked at Chili's.
He drove a Miata.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. That's what I was trying to.
Danny's good peoples.
He's cool.
Danny's good peoples.
I don't know if he still has his Miata.
He's a pretty cool guy.
Okay.
But
Okay.
he like souped his up, which way you can do that on the game. You can buy, you can get nicer parts.
You can buy.
It's not quite
Can you
like
add?
feet underground or whatever. But
Can you add nitrous?
No.
no, like Fast and Furious.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Nitrous is more for Need for Speed stuff.
But anyway, no, like the game is it's for those who like want to feel like they're really like professional racers in the sense of like, you ever played what was that game called?
Jet Moto?
No.
Moto-
Motocross.
Is it dirt bikes?
MX Unleashed.
Yeah.
You played MX Unleashed.
Is that the one where when you go to the edge of the map, it launches you?
You like explode.
He sent me a video on it, and I was like, I remember this game.
Zach, I feel like we used to play that. Did we used to play that?
Yeah. So I mean, I played it before I played it with you, but there was a time when we would just like eat cookies and like play video games, and we played that. I think it was the first time I played it with you. I think it was the same night that we like beat Shadow of the Colossus.
Colossus in one night.
Before we went on vacation.
Yeah, we were up till like 5 a.m. and drove to the beach. That was a fun night.
God.
Beating down giants.
With Argo.
Yep.
Argo.
I know.
Argo. This podcast has got off the rails already.
I know.
Anyway, it's not like a game like MX Unleashed where you just like fuck around, excuse my language, and just like do whatever. But it's like Gran Turismo is for the kind of people who follow the traffic laws in Grand Theft Auto.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Okay. Chase, do you still play
I still
Gran
play it.
Turismo?
I still play it occasionally. Yeah.
If you had the just like money lying around, like you just had a pile of cash, would you build like a setup? You know what I'm talking about, where they have like the wheel and they've got like pedals that do the speed, and like they've got like 3 monitors so they can like see in their side mirrors and stuff. You know what I'm talking about? Would you ever do that?
Are you more of a controller kind of guy?
I mean, that would be cool, but I'm all I have is a controller.
We never had
Okay.
that.
Yeah, we never had the steering wheel. I mean, you can get one, but I always use just a controller.
What was the name of that? There was a place locally that we used to go to with Sean Peso. Shout out to Sean Peso. I'm sure he listens to the podcast.
Hey, Sean.
He's a good dude. It was the first place that we ever played Guitar Center at. It had a name. It was like but it was one of those gaming cafes that they have in the movie. Remember what that place was called?
What you say? What you say? It was guitars?
No, it was the first place that I ever saw Guitar Hero. It was a place where you would go and you would play video games.
Oh, what is that place called?
Anyway, I feel like they had that kind of
I
setup.
don't remember.
Okay.
Anyway, the movie. Let's talk about the movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
We
really
can do that.
appreciated, and Zach, you might not have caught this because you don't play Gran Turismo. But
You're going to talk about the how it had the place above their head and you could see the line on the track.
Yep.
no, yes, but that's not what I was going to talk about.
Okay.
One thing that I appreciated, this is little things. This is why this movie probably was better to me than it was to you, is that when you start Gran Turismo, like there are cutscenes when it starts off that are super cinematic, and it's like the sun rising on the track and like the gleam of the sun in the car and like the guy walking or whatever. Is the vision blurry in the game? Does it? Do you see people and they're like kind of blurred out?
When you start in the game, yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, well, that, and then when you're racing, you can kind of see you can kind of see people in the stands.
I don't mean that, but like there was parts where he was about to get in the car.
Oh,
and I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
The dude can't see. He's got like he can't see. He needs glasses.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I thought, actually, I think this is like how it is in the game because there's no actors in the game, so it just kind of blurs it.
Right.
Is that how it is?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. But I appreciate those little details. To me, that made the movie fun for me to watch. I have some nitpicks when it comes to plot once we get there, but for me, I think it was really cool how it kind of showed and paid tribute to the game itself with the sound, like the starting sounds, like those sounds and like the track lines. I thought,
I never use lines on the track though.
yeah, he's a bad driver. He's like that. But neither does Jann. Jann doesn't use lines either.
Yeah.
Jan makes his own lines, which that's how you get ahead. Because if you just follow the lines and do what everyone else is doing, you can only go so far. But if you take risks and commit and kill one person, maybe you can make it to third place.
Just third place, not first or second.
Yeah.
But keep in mind that he's also limited by the team he's working with, who dropped a screw or whatever. So keep that stuff in mind too.
Didn't have a spare. I have to ask you guys though, because we're just going to talk about video games, which is fine. What do you guys think of good old Orlando Bloom? I haven't seen him in anything in a long time, probably since like Pirates of the Caribbean 3 or so.
I didn't know that he was going to be in this movie. Actually, to be honest,
He's heavily featured in the trailer, but
I don't know if Chase saw the trailer. Did you see the trailer to this? Then you weren't paying attention.
No, I saw the trailer, but I just didn't know that he was going to be in this movie.
What did you think of his performance?
it felt like Will Turner was like literally having a midlife crisis, and like that's not necessarily a bad thing, but so Orlando Bloom approaches every scene like it is the ultimate scene of his career, and there were times where he's just like talking to David Harbour and just like, hey, can you come, be the chief of my racing team or whatever. But he's like, I need you to be the chief of my racing team. You know what I mean? Like it felt a little overacty, but it did make it epic. And I mean, yeah, in that sense, he did it. What did you think, Chase?
What do you think of Mr. Turner's performance?
Of Will Turner.
Do you think it was overacty? I think he needed a haircut.
Yeah, his hair was quite long, and yeah, his hair was pretty long, and he kind of needed a little bit of a haircut.
What do you think of his performance? Do you think it was good?
It was good. I mean, there were some parts where he kind of overreacted a little bit.
Yeah, I really enjoyed David Harbour, honestly. I also like David Harbour, so maybe I'm just exposed to like his performance. I felt like he was excited to be in the movie, but in a better way than Orlando Bloom was. Where Bloom was kind of like a bit too intense sometimes. It feels like David Harbour's just like, hell yeah, man, let's do a fucking Gran Turismo movie, whatever. You mad, bro? Does he say that in the movie? He says like, you mad, bro?
I don't remember that's in the movie.
I can't remember. I think he does.
No. Oh.
Does Gran Turismo have like voice? Like, can you heckle other drivers?
No.
Okay. Because at certain points, someone would be like someone on his pit team called him a noob.
Yeah.
And like, I guess it makes sense from the sense of like video games, but I don't know if it makes sense if it was like a Call of Duty movie and someone was like, noob, you noob.
Well, I'll say this: I've never.
How's your mother? Because COD lobbies were like that back in the day. You know what I mean?
I've never raced Gran Turismo online. I haven't played Gran Turismo in years.
Okay.
Do you race online with Gran Turismo, or do you just usually just do your own races?
Nope, I don't race online.
So we've done called noobs. And also, let it be known, Zach, do you have a PS5 or an Xbox X or S? What do you have?
Whatever the current generation of Xbox is,
X,
I have
PS5.
Xbox X or whatever. So we don't have either. You don't have a PS5 or Xbox X.
Nope, I just have a PS2, PS3, and Xbox One.
Yeah, so he's not playing Gran Turismo 6 or anything.
No, I didn't know there was a 6.
But yeah, so that's the kind of stuff that to me, if we can jump into the plot a little bit, or I'm going to, sorry. Where it was a little cliche, like the story beats are a little predictable, having the dad who's like, you need to grow up and not play video games. He's like, Dad, I want to be a racer. He's like, we can't, sorry.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'm going to show you what's that look for?
It's nothing.
What'd you discover? Tell me.
Gran Turismo 6 came out in 2013.
Wow. So they haven't made.
What system?
Is it PS3?
The PS3.
Oh well, you need to get.
Oh, I might need to get that.
I wonder if they're gonna make a 7. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah. So the story beats are kind of predictable. where it's just like, oh my God, what, Zach?
I mean, I'm just making faces. You don't have to stop what you're saying. It's not like I'm interrupting you. Okay.
What?
Gran Turismo 7 came out last year, and it's on the PlayStation 4, so you can get it for the PlayStation 4.
PS4, so I can't quite get that yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Did it ever state when this movie took place?
No, but the story of Jann
Jann.
sorry.
Who's Jan?
that happened in like that. Excuse me. That was like 2010.
Okay.
So it would have been like Gran Turismo 5.
But I was gonna say, oh my God, the Braves are losing. I was gonna say, the story, yes, is a tad bit predictable. My thing is, what, Zach?
Just why is me smiling? Why does it derail the conversation?
Because I know your smile, and I know that smirk. You have something to say.
No, I don't have anything to say.
You have anything to say? No, I think it's like this. To me, I didn't really expect some crazy, mind-blowing story. It is a little cliche. Like, he has the brother who's a star football player, and I'm sorry, but like, did he really evade the cops and run from the police and escape? You know what I'm saying? Like, that can get a little predictable, a little cliche, a little trite. But my biggest thing is, and I don't know if anybody else noticed this, but like he wins his race on Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
Gets entered into the academy, which actually is not how it happened in real life, which I can circle back to this if y'all want to know the true story.
Well, hold on. Why don't you just that event? What happened in real life?
In real life, they took the top 20 lap times.
Okay.
And like it was
So just like speed trial situation.
There were like tens of thousands of submissions, and the top 20 got in, and he had one of the top 20 track times. So he didn't have to win a race, but he wins his race after he quits his job with his dad that he had for 5 minutes.
And he rips off all his clothes and gets right there ready to race at the last second.
Or like jumps in the car as soon as the green light hits.
I think he bikes to his race or whatever.
Yeah, which that's definitely manufactured tension. But if you
get your muscles warm,
Yeah, because his friend's like, hurry up.
But if you notice when he leaves the train tracks or the train station with his dad,
I think it's a train yard.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I was looking for. He doesn't speak to his parents for like an hour into the movie. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
He wins this thing. He flies to wherever it is, the GT Academy, goes to those trials, wins the Academy, goes to, what's his first race? Like,
does he not call his mom after he wins the Academy?
Okay.
I thought he called his mom then.
He does call his mom. So he wins the Academy, which is probably weeks, I would imagine, weeks of time.
Yes.
Then calls his mom once, and he's like, your dad's not here. He's playing football with your brother, who he loves more. And then,
well, can we walk that back a little bit? Because if you have an athlete in the family, someone's got to take them to the fucking football game.
Well, they're like,
so it's not.
Aren't they like in college or almost in college? He can probably drive himself. They steal a car. They can drive. In
well,
fact, his brother.
Okay.
The race car driver Jann that the brother is a better driver than Jann.
Let's go back to 18-year-old Hunter, just real quick. You could have fucking driven yourself to all your gigs, but your parents showed up to support you.
That's true. That's true.
Like, I don't see why that's like a, but it is. It creates this like manufactured like chasm between them that the dad went to the football game and he's not coming to this racing academy where no one else's parents are. Like I don't know. That was weird to me.
We don't see Jann. Sorry, I'm rambling. I know I'm just talking too much. We don't see Jann and his dad talk again
until his dad cries.
Until his dad cries at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
So you expect me to believe it's been like it's got to be at least months, if not a year, and he literally like doesn't. He calls his mom once, and then they never speak again till the end of the movie. To me, that was like, hold on a second, because like he has to crash, and like they're calling, he just ignores them the entire time.
This might be hard for you to believe, but more things can happen in the movie world than are shown on the screen.
No, I get that. I just think it's a strange choice. It's a strange choice. Because
So did you want the movie to be like race, call mom, race, call dad again before the next race?
No, but
race.
I'm saying, like at the end when he tells his dad, like, I'm proud of you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that could have been more earned. Like, I know that he does the sticker with the bird, but like it could have been more earned to be like,
yeah.
Like at the beginning, there was nothing set up the fact that his dad felt like he let him down or like thought that Jann wasn't proud of him or something like that. I thought that was just kind of strange. Anyway, rant over. I have more to talk about, but you guys can talk for a second if you want.
Okay.
Zach, what do you think of the plots? Chase, what do you think of any story beats that you liked, didn't like? What?
I don't think there are any parts I didn't like.
Chase thought it was perfect.
I mean,
I've got one.
I mean, there wasn't like a part where I was like, "Oh, I hate that part." So, I mean,
True.
yeah.
Zach's got one though. Let's hear it. Zach, you're a hater. Let's hate stuff.
I'm not a hater, but it's an interesting plot line to me that Jann gets in a wreck and someone like tragically passes away, right? And then David Harbour's character, whose name I do not know, Jack Stalter. So Jack is trying to like give him like the speech, like the "come on kid, let's keep racing." And the way he does it is he basically says like, I killed someone too, and every day I regret the fact that I don't kill more people by continuing to race because it eats at me. It's a weird line of logic. Like if I killed someone while racing and my team, like the my charismatic guy with the hair and then the guy with less hair that knew how to drive, they were like talking to me and they're like, freak accident. Nothing that could have been done about it. And then one of my team members was like, you know what? It happened to me. I'd be like, that's it. Like, I'm not going to do this again. You know what I mean? Also, earlier in the movie, David Harbour says, like, I don't want to do this because I don't want blood on my hands. Then he gets blood on his hands and says, you know what? We're gonna go all in. Like, it's just so interesting. It's an interesting like line of logic.
So, hold on, Chase. Can you check your mic? His core came out. Can you just talk? Can you still hear him?
Yeah. Can you stream us that?
Yeah, for sure.
I get what you're saying. So you feel like it just was a strange like turnaround to be like, let me ask you this. So say you're Jann or Chase, you're Jann, you have this horrible crash, which actually did happen. I saw a video of it. It's legit. It's terrifying.
It's pretty brutal.
What happened in the movie was actually that's a really accurate depiction of the crash. Like his car lifted off on that straight away. It was horrible. Somebody did get killed. Let me ask y'all this: if that's you, if you're Jann and you wake up in the hospital, you've survived, but somebody else did not, and it's proven, and you're shown and convinced in some capacity, hey, this wasn't on you. This wasn't on you. It was a freak accident of like a 1 in a million chance of happening, and that's it. Do you feel like, okay, I can get back in the car, I still love this, I understand that there's risks, because even David Harbour's character he said somebody died because racing is dangerous.
Yeah, but not a spectator. I mean, come on, you flew into the crowd. Do you know how many? Sorry, okay, you finish and then you finish and then Chase go and then I'm gonna go third.
Well, I'm saying like if you're told and shown like this wasn't on you, are you then like, I can get back in the car? I understand that this was horrible and it's a bad accident, but I can get back in the car. And then is it only when someone says, yeah, it happened to me too, you're like, hold on a second. Is that what ruins it for you? Someone saying like, yeah, it happened to me too. I didn't get back in the car, but you should.
Chase, how do you feel about this? And then I'll answer Hunter's question.
Do you feel like the logic is weird? Like, do you feel like it was strange of, what's his name? Salter?
Jack Salter.
Jack Salter? To be like, yeah, I killed somebody too. But I have a thought on that, so I'll come back to it in a second. Would you go back to racing if you were in that accident and somebody had died, not because you like messed up, but because of a freak accident that you were involved in?
I mean, accidents happen all the time. Well, happen all the time. But if I killed somebody in an accident while in a race, I mean, I still might get back in the car and race, but it might like
if you knew that it wasn't your fault.
If I knew that it wasn't my fault that I an accident that killed somebody, I still would probably get back in the car, but it would take me
a long time
to get back in the car and
Yeah.
behind the wheel to do a race again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I just probably wouldn't do this to begin with. Do you know how many people die per year at that one track?
At Nürburgring?
Nürburgring? It's
Yeah.
between 3 and 12 a year.
Because of like spectators or like drivers?
It's a mixture, and they don't have solid numbers. They don't keep like a log of all the people that die. 69 professional drivers have died over the years. It's been a while. One spectator. That was what was depicted in the film, and that's the thing that makes it seem different to me. But again, 3 race officials. So God knows what happened there. People have died during testing, and then they have public sessions where I guess if you're rich enough, you can just drive a really fast car and you're not really qualified to do so, and people die. Anyways, that just seems. I guess there's a thrill to the risk of possibly dying, but that just seems like crazy to me to do that.
You know what's interesting to me?
Because hold on, can I further my point just a little bit?
Go for it.
You could say something like free climbing up a mountain is dangerous, but I don't think as many people die doing that as have died doing this one track. And think about how many tracks like, is this a notoriously dangerous track? I mean, I don't know because I don't. Is it?
Yes. Yeah. Even on the game,
Okay.
like Nürburgring was like a total, just like I hated it because one, it's super long. It's a huge track.
It's a long road course.
But also there is a famous like straightaway that I think this is where it happened in real life. This wreck
With the hills.
where it kind of like is bumpy. That's something that I remember very, very vividly on Gran Turismo is that the road on this track, your car's like, it's like driving through Atlanta, like you're bouncing.
On some parts,
Okay.
on some parts of the track. Yeah.
But the thing is that this straightaway is super long that you can literally just floor it. You can just floor it wide open,
That's towards the end of the track, though.
and then you come to a sharp turn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I think it is up a little hill. So if you don't know that turn's there, you just run straight into a wall.
But okay, so if you're playing the game and you're like, oh, I don't know this track, but if you're a professional, you would know that turn's coming up, right?
Yeah.
And yet professionals still die on this track.
Well, he said, didn't Orlando Bloom Scared to say that they have a name for that part of the track that means like airfield?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
the cars will take off. But I was going to say to your point.
But okay, but
Is it the
that so if it's known as the airfield because cars will take off, then is it a freak accident if it's known to happen there? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't line up to me. It seems like
That is a good point.
so.
Yes. Well,
I think the Mulsanne Straight. I don't think that was the Mulsanne Straight on that course, though. I think the Mulsanne Straight is on a track called Circuit de la Sarthe on the 24-hour Le Mans race. They had on the movie.
oh, okay. Because
Yeah.
that part of the track is in the movie, but it's not on the
Yes.
movie.
Yeah.
I was going to say, what?
that track has chicanes in it.
Yes. I was going to say one last thing, and then we can go to the end. We can talk about Le Mans.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is for both of you. Would you react differently? I feel like Salter's experience, his incident, is different than Jann's, because Jann's accident killed a spectator, right? Somebody who was just there to watch.
Yes, that's the thing. A spectator shouldn't.
Yeah. And
Right, like
a driver who was actively participating, knowing the risks, was involved.
That's right. In the list that I was reading off just a couple minutes ago, the only spectator that's died there, and it's awful for Jann, but it's the one that Jann accidentally, like his wreck, that death, and that's different to me, right? Like, I don't know. If I killed someone doing jumping jacks, I'd probably never do jumping jacks again. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
Unless it was like truly like a freak accident. Like I was I don't know. I can't even think of an example. I don't want to, Hunter. Don't make me. By the way, y'all's video has completely stopped for me. It says you have a bad internet connection.
Oh, it's fine. It's still recording on our end.
Okay.
Anyway, let's jump to Le Mans. So the whole thing is that Nissan is like, I don't know if we can continue this team because, you're a liability, and like you're a real racer, yes, but also you're a, gamer, blah, 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 blah.
And then they put him in a bigger, more souped up vehicle that goes a lot faster, right?
So they say, let's double down and get 2 other gamers from the academy, and let's do the hardest race that there is, and we have to podium. Which actually didn't happen in real life. He did do a 24-hour race, and he did get there, but it was not Le Mans.
Oh.
It was a different race. But I quite enjoyed the Le Mans race. I mean, I'll say, like, as far as the action's concerned, like the driving is awesome. Like, it's really good. I think it's done super well.
They drive through the night and drive in the rain.
The rain gave me anxiety. I was like, bro, no way.
Yeah, because he's going fast in the rain. Like there were multiple points.
Yeah.
There were multiple points in the Le Mans race where he does things that would otherwise be considered reckless, right? Like he's like, he's like flooring it whereas other people are just like keeping a steady speed, and he's just like going crazy. He's whipping around people and going whoop-pow this way, kasha that way, and I mean it's exciting. Did Hunter, you might know the answer to this because you've done some research on his actual story. Did he set a lap record at the race that he was in?
I did not see anything about that.
Okay, because in the movie he sets a lap record at Le Mans, which seems like a big fucking deal.
I don't know. Maybe he did. I don't know.
Because that's one of the famous ones, right?
Yes, that's like the race. Le Mans is like the race. Salter is right when he says, like, if you podium at Le Mans and you're like eternal.
Okay, so I'm sorry to like derail this, but I need to understand. You've got GT racing, you've got Formula One. Is Le Mans, because Le Mans, they had the little Formula One style steering wheels, and the cars looked more akin to a Formula One car, but I don't think they were a Formula One car. So, like, what is Le Mans? Is it like its own vehicle?
Yeah, I don't know what that class is. Do you know what that class is called? Like the
Le Mans cars?
Yeah, the McLarens and the...
I don't.
Pagani's and the Audi.
But it's different. It's different than the rest of the races that he does throughout the movie. Correct? Okay.
I don't know what class of cars those are called though.
So I believe, based on what I heard about his story, the F1 is open wheel, which is like the Indy cars, right? Indianapolis 500. But also, the real Jann, this is what fascinated me, is that he raced in a bunch of classes. He raced in F3 and F2, which is like open wheel stuff, but it's not F1. He raced in the GTRs a lot, and then he'd race in like the supercars, like at Le Mans. And he was racing in multiple classes at once. But the actual story of Jann is like, yeah, he did this. He won the GT Academy, did the whole thing, got his license, but performed kind of above expectations in a lot of ways. Got really close to some championships in some smaller, lower classes, and then was a part of a team that wanted that podium at a 24-hour race. I don't think it was Le Mans. But then, like, just sort of, he kind of, as far as I know, he kind of stayed in like the minor leagues. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like he raced in some relatively successful classes, like in Tokyo and in Japan, and like European circuits. But I don't think he was ever like.
So
like,
are you saying
like you can be the best? And I don't think he was ever like that big.
Are you saying that? And I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, but you said minor leagues. Are you saying this would be like the equivalent of someone being so good at like MLB The Show that they make it to AAA Gwinnett?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't translate quite as well, but yeah.
Okay.
Because like I think he raced in F2, but he never got to F1 racing.
Okay. Which is just one step below. So the Formula cars, maybe it's because they can handle turns better, and so they can just get so much more speed on the straightaways. But I watched a side by side. It was the same track, and it was a Formula One car like race, and then a GT race. And the Formula One cars are going so much faster.
Yeah,
they're going. Yeah.
Excuse me.
They're going very fast.
Are there any Formula One cars in Gran Turismo? There is, isn't there?
There is.
And they're hard as hell to control.
Well, for me, no.
Hunter, you suck. Is there a Formula One racing game?
Probably.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, probably.
I will say this is a little side note. One of my favorite games was MotoGP. What is it called?
One of your favorite games, and you can't remember the name of it. Yeah.
A long time. Basically, it's the studio that made Gran Turismo
It's Polyphony.
Polyphony.
Polyphony Digital.
They made a motorcycle racing game.
Oh, okay.
It's similar to Gran Turismo.
That was a blast and a half. I love that game. Anyway, yeah, he gets third at Le Mans, and I don't know. Like it is a cliche story to me, but I really actually enjoyed it. I thought the racing was really cool, and I really loved how they incorporated all the aspects of the game into the racing and like that kind of stuff. Like when you finish a lap and it would change the angle and be like lap 7, 5th place.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah.
There is a Formula One game.
What's it called?
F1. Like F1 22 and F1 23.
Checks out. But anyway. Yeah, that's the movie. Anybody else have anything else to add? So Tracy, anything else you want to talk about in the movie? Any of the parts?
Not that I can think of.
No?
Mm-mm.
Zach, do you hate anything else about this movie? What else do you hate?
Do I hate anything else about this movie? Well, let me think for a second. Oh, there is one more thing that I don't hate it. It's just really cliche. Is the fact that rather than just like the villain of the movie being like the institution being against him, there's like a literal villain. He has like a nemesis who like is always like trying to like.
It's oh yeah there. Yeah.
Is it Kava? Is it the Kava guy?
Is it
the gold Lamborghini?
Kappa?
Kappa? It's Kappa.
It's the dude
Kappa.
that gold Lamborghini.
Who you see him on screen for 2 seconds at the beginning of the movie and you're like, that's the bad guy.
Yeah, it seems really cliche that there's like this like overly emotional man-child who doesn't want to take direction from David Harbour. So then David Harbour goes and Also, can we talk about the fact that he's like, no, I'm not going to accept your offer at the beginning of the movie. So he's like, no, I'm not going to do that. That sounds dangerous. And then he goes and eats dinner with his team and he tries to give his racer feedback. And the racer's like, if I want feedback, I'll talk to my coach. And then he's just like, fuck you. I'm taking the job. I'm down. It just seems like a big jump. You know what I mean? Like that seems like very quick.
Yeah, I think the thing about this that's its biggest flaw, and I think this happens with video game movies, which I actually haven't seen some, so maybe I'm off basis. But with this one, it definitely seems like, okay, how do we get to the next race? You know what I mean?
Yeah, the pacing is jagged.
Where it's just
I
like,
would say.
we need this to happen so we can get to the academy, and then we can do a bunch of cool racing stuff. And I get like I think David Harbour does a good job with what he has in the sense of trying to inject stakes.
David Harbour does a great job.
Yeah.
He does a really good job.
He tries to inject stakes into it and be like, hey, you can't just sit in a car and drive. You got to be fit. You got to work out. You got to. This is a it's taxing on you, all this kind of stuff. But then, like to my point, when it comes to he doesn't talk to his parents ever again. He's just like. It's sort of like race. All right, some things happen. You know, he's famous now. Race. Okay, he's dating this girl. Okay, race. Okay, race. Oh, big crash. Okay, he's really sad. He's really having a tough time. And David Harbour sees his Zune or whatever he got him. Okay, now we're back racing. You know what I mean? And some of it works. Sometimes it does feel like it's like, okay, we're just getting through stuff to get to the next race, which I'll concede.
Do you think it would be possible to make a movie where it's literally just like race? Let's just fucking race.
Like the whole time?
Yeah, man. It's like, oh, next race. Oh, we got third place. Great. Next race. Let's keep racing.
You want like a film about somebody's racing career. There's not like any drama. It's just like, hey, good job. Let's do on the next one.
Well, every time you insert drama into a movie like this, you insert an opportunity for an eye roll.
Yeah, like it feels like it's manufactured.
Manufactured drama. That's right. I will say that everything that you're saying that you liked about the film, like the fact that it had the little like homages to the game and the racing action itself, those were all of my favorite parts of the. But as a movie, and that's my job, Hunter, and yours as well, is to talk about the movie. All the drama just seems like a bit much to me. It's my opinion. Keep in mind, Chase, I'm not trying to I have COVID and I feel bad, so maybe I'm just in a bad mood. So maybe this movie's getting the brunt of that. I don't know.
It's all good.
Chase,
I'm not offended by it. So.
I think you need to ask Zach.
We should ask Chase.
Well,
you don't want my answer.
Chase asked it at the beginning, so we all three need to answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Chase is
at the same time.
So maybe a racing game of Gran Turismo isn't for everybody. So
Chase is going to ask you, Zach, and then you can ask me. Actually, no. Chase is going to ask you. Then you can ask. Oh yeah, then you can ask me, and then I'll ask Chase.
Okay.
So Chase, you can ask Zach first. The fabled question of the podcast.
I understand. I'm going to do exactly what you told me to do.
Good.
Chase, go.
So Zach, do you think the movie of Gran Turismo is good?
No. You have to phrase it like the title. You have to say, but is
Do you? Zach, but is Gran Turismo good?
So Hunter, but is Gran Turismo good?
So Chase, but is Gran Turismo good?
That was fun.
Keep going. Keep going.
Zach, but is Gran Turismo good?
Hunter, listen to me. But is Gran Turismo good?
Zach, I hear what you're saying. My response is Chase, but is Gran Turismo good? How long can we do this?
You want to go again?
What if we just released like a 6-hour episode?
Of just this?
No, well, the hour and then this.
And then 5 hours of this.
This in all of its glory. I bet we could go for 5 hours.
We're doing this until midnight, 12:30.
5 hours later.
Okay, now this time, Zach, Chase is going to ask you the question, and then you're going to answer him with your thoughts. Then after you answer him with your thoughts, you're going to ask me the question. Are we still frozen?
You're very blurry, and then you'll go out, and then you'll come back, and you're very blurry.
Perfect. Okay, Chase, now ask him again.
All right, Zach, but is Gran Turismo good?
It's okay. It's not my favorite movie that we've reviewed this year.
It's okay.
It's also not my least favorite movie. Hunter, but is Gran Turismo good?
I think it's fun. I think it's fun. I'm gonna say it is a good racing movie.
Oh, no, sorry. The question was, but is it good? Not is it a good racing movie?
You know what? I'm gonna say it's good. It's good.
Okay,
But
cool.
it's like it's good with like that facial expression. You know what I'm saying? Like it's good. It's good. Chase, man of the hour, special guest, friend of the pod. But is Gran Turismo based on a true story? Good.
Yeah. It was a fun movie.
There you have it.
But is it good?
Yeah.
Not is good.
Yeah.
Chase says it's good.
Yeah.
98% audience score on Rotten
dude.
Tomatoes.
And it's fresh, actually. Somehow, I didn't think it's gonna be fresh at all. I was be like
61%, baby. It'd be
Fresh,
failing if we were
61%.
still at Macintosh. That'd be a failing grade. But we're fresh, baby.
General consensus is Gran Turismo's brisk action and feel good underdog drama are undermined by its loose telling of the fact-based story, but it's still a generally solid racing movie.
Yeah.
That's so accurate. All right, let's do Every Movie Sucks.
Every movie sucks.
We can each do a couple. Zach, I'll do one, and then Chase, you want to read one off my screen, and then Zach, you can do one. How about that?
Yeah, I'll do one.
This one says, this is from Riley Hodges, half star, says, I lost 50 years off my life watching this movie, and I'm only halfway through it.
Chase, would you like to read one?
Okay. If Hunter will stop
Hold
scrolling,
on, I gotta find one for you. Let's see. Let's do. Is that one?
Don't give me a book to read.
This is Liz Corell, half
All
star.
right. All right. So this one is 1/2 star by Liz. How you pronounce that again, Hunter?
Liz Corell.
Liz
XO.
Corell. Liz Corell. Okay, 1/2 star. It says easily one of the dumbest movies I've ever seen or I've seen. I disagree.
Zach, your turn.
Gray says, this is a half-star review. This movie has a lot of, those aren't my dreams, Dad, they're your dreams moments within the first 20 minutes, so we left and got a refund.
Wow. Left and got a refund. That's kind of funny.
Let's each do one more.
One more.
For shiggles. You know, for shiggles, Hunter.
For shiggles. Let's see here. Here's a lot of these are they're so mad because apparently they've seen the trailer too many times. Here we go.
It felt okay. Well, I mean,
no. Here's one. This is a little long. So let's see here. Yeah, this is Upward Boss, half star. It says, actually, should I watch? How much longer is this one?
No, I don't.
That's too long. This says that was one of the biggest pieces of soulless corporate garbage I've ever had the displeasure of watching. Where the hell do I start with this? Gran Turismo has horrific writing, some of the most cliched storytelling you'll ever see in your life. The amount of product placement for Nissan, PlayStation, Gran Turismo, and other products is beyond parody. And most importantly, the way the film depicts the tragic crash at Nürburgring, which really happened, is so inaccurate it's disrespectful. Just a shameful corporate product of a quote-unquote film. Easily the worst quote-unquote film I've seen this year. Don't fucking see this.
wow.
What's all this gibberish right here?
It just says ha 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 ha.
Chase, do you want to read that one?
No. It's just such a ha 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 ha. You know.
Let me see here.
Look at that one.
Right, that one is short.
Okay, this one is also a 1/2 star by
Ian PM.
Ian PM, half star. Says, I ain't watching this.
Wes gave this a half star and said, the more I think about this, the more confident I become in the fact that I hated every second of it and that I'll be happy if I go the rest of my life without ever seeing it again.
Jeez.
Also, this has like the worst editing I've ever seen. It was Wes.
I can see that a little bit.
I promise I didn't write that one.
There you go. Every movie sucks. Somebody hates a movie you love. Shindigs. I've got a little bit of news. Zach, give me a quick song. Actually, Chase, give me a quick song. Give me a quick news song. Shindig song. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, go.
Shindig, 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 shindig.
Perfect. Amazing. I don't have a lot because I've been slacking and there's still strikes going on, so not a lot of news. The Blue Beetle director Angel Manuel has set to direct a film called The Wrecking Crew that is going to star Dave Bautista and Jason Momoa.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. His name is Momoa. I made a joke.
What just Mimosa?
And apparently, speaking of Blue Beetle, it's apparently already going to be going to streaming like the next few weeks, so it's a flop. Apparently, it's good, but it didn't make any money. Shocker. Other news: the morning show starring Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon, which I've seen, is quite good. It's coming back for season 3, September 13th. The big news, which Zach, I want to get your opinion on this, and one more thing after this, and Chase, your opinion on after this. But the big news that you texted me about is that we got our first full trailer, and it is quite a trailer of Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon.
Mm-hmm.
And you said you're excited for it?
No, what I said was it looks kind of cool. I think is what I said.
It looks like a hodgepodge of sci-fi franchises.
Sure, but if you think about it, all the sci-fi films we've gotten for the past 20 years have been hodgepodges of things that came before it.
That's true. Wow.
Just saying.
It looks fascinating. But I have. What?
Did you hear? This story released today, actually. Some old comments that James Gunn made about old Batman movies on Facebook like years ago resurfaced. He said that Batman Begins was not a good movie.
Ooh, that's troubling. Because Batman Begins is an incredible movie.
Batman Begins is awesome.
I was going to ask you, I have one more bit of news, but it's not about movies. And I know we've kind of gone over it. So I was going to ask you guys about Mortal Kombat. Because I pissed off Zach the other day.
About Mortal Kombat?
About Mortal Kombat. Do we want to talk about it, or do you think it's not topic? Do you think it's not?
There are movies. So let's talk about it.
They're making a second one. So Chase, Mortal Kombat 1's coming out. I think the only person that's currently here that can talk about, that can play this game when it comes out is Zach. Because we don't have the right consoles. But the big thing is that they made Sub-Zero and Scorpion brothers.
Oh.
And Scorpion is a good guy.
Not a bad guy this time?
And not a bad guy. And Zach said he hated that idea.
I mean, the fact that they're brothers, isn't the story... Sorry, I know you asked Chase, or you wanted to get Chase's opinion, but I need to vent about this.
Please.
I needed to get my thoughts out.
Scorpion's a bad guy, though.
So their whole fucking beef is that they come from different like tribes, like different like temples or whatever, and they thank you, different clans. So the fact that they're brothers makes no fucking sense. Like it just doesn't make any sense.
Also, in the movie at least, Sub-Zero is responsible for the death of his family.
Right.
What it looks like, based on what I've seen, is that Bi-Han, who is the original Sub-Zero, who eventually becomes Noob Saibot in the games, he is the leader of the Lin Kuei and is apparently overambitious, and Scorpion doesn't like that, so there might be some beef brewing. Chase, do you want Scorpion to be a good guy, or do you want him to be a flaming skeleton man?
When it comes to Scorpion, I thought he was always the bad guy.
Yeah. How about this? Raiden is no longer a god.
Oh?
Raiden is a man with lightning powers.
Well, that's what Raiden is, though.
That one upsets me. That one upsets me less, and let me tell you why, Hunter. Because doesn't Liu Kang become a god at a certain point?
Yeah. So this one, this is happening because in Mortal Kombat 11, Liu Kang became a god and reset the universe or something. So if humans can become gods, it would seem to reason that Raiden could have began as a human just so far back ago that in the Mortal Kombat games we didn't know his history, right? Maybe. I forgot what I was going to say. Crap.
Was it more combat related?
Yes. Do you want Raiden to be a guy?
Test your might.
Or do you care?
I don't care.
Oh, I know what it
Because
is.
Raiden is one of my favorite characters.
Zach, how about this? You like Smoke, don't you? Do you like Smoke?
Oh, Smoke's cool too. Well, which one-
Smoke is your boy. Okay.
There's
Ermac is your boy, and they butchered your boy.
I like Ermac too, actually.
In this one, hold on. In this one, Smoke doesn't have powers. He uses practical effects to create smoke.
I don't like that. So, Hunter, your boys are you like Sub-Zero, you like Reptile, you like Noob Saibot, you like Smoke, and you like Rain.
well,
Rain's
cool.
Rain's not a
too.
ninja anymore. He's like a sage.
My
Ninja
my
Smoke or the other one?
It's Ninja Smoke.
Ninja Smoke. Okay.
Your boy got butchered, Zach.
my boys are my favorite fighters are Raiden, Scorpion. I'm a big fan of Katana sometimes, and then the fucking what was it, Nightwolf?
Oh yeah.
What about Ermac? I thought you liked Ermac.
I do like Ermac. You're right. I like Ermac.
And then gave him a
Can I
face.
tell you mine?
Mm-hmm.
So, the ones I like, obviously Raiden. I like Kung Lao too.
Okay.
Ermac, Rain, Noob Saibot is fun too. Who else do I like? Did I say Smoke yet?
I don't know. I think you did.
Okay. Cyrax.
Cyrax is cool.
Cyrax and Sector.
They're both cool.
My main guy, though, is
Reptile.
Reptile, and he had to glow up.
He's wearing fucking lizard skins,
Yeah.
which doesn't make any sense if he's a lizard. Like if he's
Do you remember Bo Raicho?
Yes, the guy who would puke everywhere.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it. That's my news. I just want to talk about it. Zach, how are the Braves doing?
Braves are up 2-1 at the moment.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the Braves are so the Braves are on pace at the moment to meet like get to the franchise record of 106 wins, which is just crazy to think about.
We're gonna break it.
That'd be cool. But Hunter, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
We could push hard. You know, contractions are getting really close right now, and we could push and maybe deliver on the franchise winning, like the most franchise wins in history. Or we could use this month when we know we've won the division, and when we have like 3.5 or 4 games up on the Dodgers, to really test some pieces and see if they're going to succeed in the playoffs or fail in the playoffs. And maybe we lose more games than we otherwise would have if we pushed, but maybe we keep our starters healthy and we keep our night shift healthy. So what would your preference be? Would it be to push and get the franchise record, or would it be to have a more successful run in the playoffs?
I think you decide after this weekend when we play the Dodgers. Because I think I'd love to get number 1 seed, and I think if we take the series against the Dodgers, then you can start resting people. But I don't have to answer because I know what Snicker's going to do, because look at what happened last night. He let Colin McHugh go, even though he was having a horrible night, and cost us the game.
Mm-hmm.
And his reasoning was, well, we have 7 games against these teams coming up. I want to rest the bullpen. Which people hate him for it. But he will choose to rest his team before he chooses to chase a record.
And he's won more World Series than people. Like Braves fans, he's won more than they have as skipper.
That's true. Good question. And that's very brave of you.
Bravest thing I've done all week.
Chase, do you have any shindigs? I'm going to pour us like a half shot of whiskey for whiskey shots while you talk about your shindig.
Okay. There's a new Expendables coming out. Is it Expendables?
Expendables?
Yeah.
Looks stupid.
Yeah, no. But
Do you want to see it?
I was just putting it out there.
That is news.
Yeah.
We're going to be reviewing Expendables 1 through 3
No.
in November,
No.
right for Thanksgiving, because they're Thanksgiving movies.
Of course they are.
They're not. I don't think they are.
Chase, I got asked to sing at the Tyrone Tree Lighting Festival,
Ooh.
and they asked me if I knew a barbershop quartet. And I said, I don't. I'm just kidding. I said, yeah, you should call the Cart Path Chorus.
Did you say a tree laying ceremony?
Yeah, we used to go to it when we were kids, and I got asked to sing at it this
Is
year.
it at the town hall?
It's at Shamrock Park.
Oh.
What? They lay a tree?
Tree lighting.
Oh, lighting. I thought you were saying laying.
Well, then I will relay that to Roger Bill.
I gave them his number,
You did?
and as you know, Chase is in a barbershop.
Yeah,
It's called the Cart
he's
Path.
the anchor. He holds the whole thing together. Without Chase, there would be no quartet.
That's true.
I'm the tenor.
He's the
Tin
tenor.
Tin air.
Tin air, and so hopefully you guys get asked.
That'd be fun to do.
That is
I would do that.
here for your shindig. Sing for a second. Give us some quartet. Give us a little
What can I say?
on the boardwalk.
Wait, do it one more time.
I don't know. That's all I know.
Under the
boardwalk.
Down by the sea.
Under the boardwalk.
Wait, hold on.
You know the words. You
No,
know
no,
the
no.
words.
Okay. Go again.
On the boardwalk.
Baby, having some fun under the boardwalk. I forgot the words. I'm sorry, y'all.
There you go.
Anyways,
There you go.
It's quality content.
Cart Path Choruses. Chase Callahan.
Can you sing like when the Saints come marching in? Like what do quartets sing?
Boom, 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 boom.
we don't know that one. Sorry.
Oh, when the Saints. Oh, when the
What,
Saints.
what do y'all sing?
Go marching
But
in.
we are currently working on a tune as a quartet called it's a Beatles tune. It's Can't Buy Me Love.
I don't think I know.
Okay.
Can't
Buy me love.
Oh yeah. I know that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all should do WAP.
What? No. The WAP?
No, not the WAP. Just
Not the WAP.
Just WAP?
WAP.
Not that one.
No. I don't think.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle.
I don't think the Cart Path Chorus would do
Now
the WAP.
lean.
Now lean and WAP, 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 WAP.
Play dead like.
Damn, she fine.
Gosh, I'm at Bad Banner all over again. So, cool. That's Chase's shindigs. He just sings in a
Yes,
quartet.
I sing in the quartet.
Although it's a lie because there's more than 4 of you. You sly sons of guns.
There's 4 of us. I'm just the one guy.
There's more than 4. There's like 6 of you.
Yeah, but we do quartet stuff though.
All right, whiskey shots. Zach, you ready?
Yeah.
As we have this
You ready?
warm thing of whiskey.
It's
here.
apple whiskey. It'll be even grosser.
Oh.
Oh, just kidding.
cool.
Just kidding. He's excited about it.
Oh.
This is always dedicated to my cat, our cat,
Whiskey.
Whiskey, whom we miss dearly and love very much.
Jack's sister?
Yes,
Yeah.
to Whiskey.
Whiskey. Cheers.
Whiskey.
Yeah.
Cheers. Oh. I made a little bit of money.
I love how me and you, Zach, were like, Jason goes, that's not bad. Okay.
It's apple, so no.
Zach, you're going to ask me where they can find us, aren't you?
Hunter, where can they find us?
Yeah, they can find us on social media. You can find us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at But Is It Good Podcast. You can follow us on X, Twitter, whatever it's X.
It's called X. It's called X now.
The platform formerly known as Twitter, at BIIG Podcast. You can email us at one of 3 emails, butisitgood@gmail.com, butisitgoodpodcast@gmail.com, or BIIGpodcast@gmail.com. You can follow me on all platforms at Hunter Callahan Music. You can follow Zach on Instagram. He doesn't check it, but still do it at Zach with an H, to the number, the THA, future.31. You can follow Chase on Instagram at MC Callahan.
It's MC Callahan 89.
Follow him. He goes geocaching and shit.
I do.
And that's it. we haven't even announced next month's schedule because we haven't made it yet, but we're going to announce it this weekend.
This is another J Dash production.
Wow.
Well, no, actually, this is a what's our company name?
BIIG Productions.
BIIG production.
Okay, cool. Anything else? You got anything else, Chase? Thanks for being on again. It's always fun when we've been
Yes, thank you, Chase.
Thanks for having me again.
Zach, go to bed and get well.
I'm gonna lay down. I'm gonna take her out to poop. Look at her. She's like, I get to go poop. Is it time?
Yeah. Oh, she's plopped on the couch, laying on the couch out there.
Mm-hmm.
Good deal.
She's been very upset with me. This doesn't need to be on the episode. We can end the episode now.
End it. Bye.
Bye.
But is it good podcast? Yeah.